Hello everyone, and welcome to a 20-minute sprint race in the iRacing Formula IR4 series. Now, I've been sim racing for about a year, but I am particularly excited for what's coming up, because for the very first time, I will be racing at the legendary Silverstone circuit. I qualified in P14 out of 20 today, and my goal is to try and fight for a top 10 position. Stick around to see if I will manage as we cut to the grid.
The track temp is 21. The air temp is 20 Celsius. 20.
It's ready to go here at Silverstone. The lights turn green and we're off. We get a decent launch off the line, slightly better than Jimenez in the Red Bull livery car on our left. The cars ahead of us are side by side. I have to pick a line. We land up on the inside for turn 1. The blue car becomes unsettled as it's riding the curb. It swerves and there's contact. I take evasive action to the right, fortunately managing to dodge the turn 1 carnage. What a start! But it's not over, as there are two rows of cars, side by side, headed towards the turn 4 hairpin. That means high potential for carnage. I'm on high alert, and there is a 1 second gap ahead, but as I'm clearing the hairpin, it seems that everyone managed to get through unscathed this time. And it will stay that way for the rest of the first lap. So let's go back and check out the replays of the race start and of the turn 1 carnage. As you can see from the very beginning, the driver in car number 8 jumped the green lights, meaning that he'll have to serve a stop and go penalty at the end of this lap. We're right behind car number 20, and as you can see, he loses his car and collects cars number 5 and number 1 in the process. It looks like the thick red curbs unsettled his car. He tries to correct, but unfortunately, with cold tires and cold brakes, the spin is imminent, and that'll be the race ruined for those 3 drivers. Now let's rejoin the live action during lap 2. We're approaching Brooklands and we're running behind Roldan and Letizier by approximately a second and a half. As we exit Lovefield, Letizier in the Alpine liveried car is understeering towards the gravel. He's all 4 wheels out on the gravel, and that is a great opportunity for us because it means that we can start closing up on him and potentially attempt to overtake him for P8. I also have a better exit around Cops, so the move is on. I open up on his right, and we're side by side headed towards Maggots. But he's on the racing line, so I yield speed to give him space. However, he runs out wide on the left. I'm not sure how he's gonna rejoin the track, so we have to trail him again. Unfortunately, however, I am just not carrying enough speed to challenge him as we exit Beckett's. Unfortunately, despite the opportunity, I did not manage to make this move stick. As you can see, I also picked up a 1X for an off-track as I mounted the curb on the way out of Beckett's. And I am pointing that out because I feel that the off-tracks here at Silverstone are, in my opinion, quite strict. I find that the way that the off-tracks are placed makes it difficult to follow the racing line in a natural and flowy way. Obviously, due to my lack of experience with this track, I still have a lot of room for improvement. But do let me know if you agree with me on this in the comments, and also, if you raced this combo this week, let me know how your races went in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys. And that on the right is Roldan serving a slowdown penalty, so he will allow us through, and we're now sitting in P8. However, as I'm working my way into the top 10, I know that I have to stay as concentrated as possible to hold this position, because I know that it is going to be very challenging to compete with the drivers up ahead. At the same time, Roldan, who's now sitting 2 seconds behind us, will definitely be applying pressure, and I already know that he's quite quick. But let's fast forward to lap 5. I've actually managed to gap Roldan. He's now 3 seconds behind. I'm in hot pursuit of Letizier. We're going towards Village. We're closing up and he suffers a massive lockup, which means we can go right through and pass him with absolute ease. Going through the hairpin, and we're notified of a slow car on the left, and just like that, I have managed to gain another 2 positions. But it's not over. As we enter Brooklands, Letizier is carrying more speed than us. He's having a sniff up on our inside. I'm not sure if it's a bluff or if he will try to overtake. I cautiously take a wide line. We're now side by side, but I'm on the racing line this time, and just like that, we've won that battle.
Clear left.
But once again, it's not over as he's in our draft. As we head down the old pit straight, he has a good pace out of Cops. I now have to stay consistent through Maggots and Beckett's. I have to try to keep him behind. He's also weaving left and right, I believe, trying to induce a mistake on our part. I try to stay as confident as possible and as concentrated as possible. The front of his car just keeps getting bigger, but we keep our cool and we're through Maggots and Beckett's using the limits of the track. But unfortunately, he follows us right through. He's in draft range once again down the hangar straight, and this time we're a sitting duck. He claims the inside line and locks us out, and he's through right up on our inside. What a battle. Unfortunately, there's nothing that I can do at this stage but sit behind, but I really enjoyed that. It was really clean. If you like that battle, drop a like. Let's check out the replays of the action. This was the first overtake at turn 3. I had actually noticed in earlier laps that he was a bit inconsistent around here, often going wide, so I made sure to capitalize on that mistake. And here, this is Mera, coming out of turn 4, spinning out, ending up on the grass, and that is us going right through. Later on, down the hangar straight, this is Leticia overtaking us, and as you can see, it was a clean move. In hindsight, I should have defended better here. Nonetheless, he went through cleanly. But let's rejoin the live action. It's now lap 6. There are still 4 laps to go, and thanks to Mera's spin earlier on in lap 5, we're now sitting in P7, so we're digging deeper and deeper into the top 10. We're still chasing Leticia, we're basically pegged. It's quite an even battle. This time, he goes slightly wide out of turn 3, but manages to stay ahead. We're going around, and he has a spin. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. He ends up spinning in the exact same way that Mera did earlier, as we can see. Going out of turn 4. It is really slippery out there, it seems, and we go right through. Let's rejoin later on in this lap. We're coming down the end of the hangar straight, and as I come out of turn 15, my foot is too heavy on the gas. We end up outside wide on the track, and that means that we're gonna have to serve a slowdown penalty. Fortunately, it's just under 1 second. I'm coming down the last turn, and I end up spinning as well. And as I'm facing the wrong way, the only thing that I can do is watch 3 cars roll right past. And guess what? After all the hard work, putting pressure on Leticia and eventually overtaking him, we're now right behind him again, back in P9. It was a really big shame, but unfortunately these things happen. And as we fast forward to the very last corner of this race, we come around to close up the race in P9. It could have gone a bit better, but given that it was my first race here and my goal was to get into the top 10, I am still quite satisfied with this result. So here are the classified results for this race. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed, please let me know by leaving a like. Subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. I wish you all a great day and hopefully see you on track.